San Diego Marriott Hotel, Tuesday, 27th. We just got through the temple dedication, now we're chowing down.
Okay, let's start at the left here with Sue and go around and everyone say hi.
Your house is lasagna. I have lasagna. Beef lasagna. Jenny has gotten the chicken. I'm sure my seafood.
All right.
I'm going to show you her seafood.
Jenny, we got Vicki, and over here we're going to zero in on the special one here.
Oh, we're all special, Mom.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
You're all special. Okay, and on around the table.
Emily.
Say hello, Emily.
Hello, Emily. We're just going to do a sonorized watch. Oh, did you? What is it?
Expected when he just said.
Didn't mind help.
And next to Emily we have, lean forward there, guest. Cousin dear.
I'm the guest.
We were right on that borderline.
Carol Black.
As close to being one of the sisters.
Yeah, my parents got called to Lafayette mission. They're opening it up. They're going to be mission president. That's how we
Okay.
And this is Jane. And Liz.
Look at that new haircut Lily's got. Isn't that glamorous?
Hey, Mom, let me get it with my mascara that's cried. I think I cried every ounce of makeup off my face today. Let me get it off, Mom.
Oh, I've got to get the rest of the other table here. Then I'll bring it to you. And over at this table, it's not very good light, but we have Beverly and John, Uncle Dick and Dad. We have Grandma and Grandpa and Noah and Kay Neely.
Okay? Okay, now everyone come over this way half a step.
Okay, here, let's get some people down here. I think you're all coming over here. And Jenny and I.
Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Well, I was born in Korea, adopted by a German family, and I grew up in Joliet, Illinois. I've been in Champaign-Urbana for the last 6 years, studying at school, and now University of Illinois, fighting Illini, and now I'm here. So we felt like the President of the United States, James K. Polk, if they could build blockhouses on their way west. And this is right at the time where the people of the United States were just starting to inch out westward and wanted to start going out there. So these blockhouses would have really facilitated their trip. But they asked the President of the United States if they could build these blockhouses, and he said no. He said he had just declared war on Mexico. He said, but instead, I could enlist 500 of your men in the United States Army. And so this statute represents those 500 men. And as you can see, he doesn't have on his Army uniform, because the money that he earned to buy his Army uniform, plus his regular monthly wages, he sent home to his family. So while he was serving in the United States Army for 1 year, his family in the meantime was buying the supplies and actually started their trip out west. As part of the United States Army, their mission was twofold. One was to build a supply route from Santa Fe, New Mexico to San Diego, California. Another to reinforce the troops in California to help win the California territory for the United States. And at that time, the California territory included the state of California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, parts of Colorado, and parts of Texas. They started their march here in Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, and marched by foot all the way to San Diego, California. It was a 2,000-mile march, the longest in U.S. military history, but it took almost 6 months to complete. They had a lot of hardships along the way. If you'd like to notice his boots, he does have on boots, and they've worn through to the soles of his feet. And he's basically just using anything that he can, pieces of clothing, pieces of leather, to protect him from the hot sand of the desert. And they ran out of food, they ran out of water. They had a lot of hardships during this trip, but they were very fortunate in the sense that they never actually had to fight any battles with Mexico. And if you look to your left and behind you, and up on the wall, this is what San Diego looked like when they arrived. It was just a small Mexican village of about 250 people. And the United States had already claimed this area just by possession. The war moved deep into Mexico as we know it today. The first two houses in front with the fences around them, the one on the right, and many of the women and children. And they were ordered to get to San Diego as quickly as they could because the war was going on right now. And so what their colonel had decided that they weren't going to make it. So from Santa Fe on, they were building the road, and it was going to be the harder part of the trip. So he sent about 100 men and almost all of the women and children up to Pueblo, Colorado, where there was a Mormon community already established. And then in Pueblo, Colorado, from there, as part of the California history, the students get to come here to Old Town. They get bused here into Old Town, into a special school. And as they're learning the history, they get to walk around and see it. And part of the things that they see is they come through here through the Mormon Battalion. And they learn a lot to be able to see the history as they're learning about it. But the best thing about this program is they usually combine 3 different schools. Maybe a school from the inner city, someone about halfway, and someone from the suburbs. And they mix all these kids together. And that's where the real learning comes from. It's just getting to meet different kids and kind of meeting different types of friends. So that's a real significant.
Glad to meet you.
This is Lydia Hunter after Jimmy Burton.
Say something for the camera.
After that.
Say that.
This is for you. I want you to know we love you. This place you were cut out of it. Hi, Mom.
And it's kind of interesting. A lot of those
Jane.
they spread out all over California and helped start a lot of the towns here. A lot of the towns are named Church in Africa.
We have a painting from the Mormon Battalion.
It is in Chicago.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. The one that actually served us and wrote about the
Oh,
actual.
right, yeah.
I don't think I've seen
That's
that.
nice. Maybe you can just give us sort of an abbreviation.
Okay.
That's so embarrassing. I didn't mean to.
Don't.
That's good.
Well, I hope as you came in here, you felt a little bit of a different spirit. And we have a lot of times when people come through those doors, they even gas. And we know that that's the Spirit. And it's the Holy Ghost here testifying to us, directed being. And we know that He'll come again someday. And we're not exactly sure when, but until that time, we have that time to prepare ourselves. And if you look behind this curtain, we have a picture of the second coming of Jesus Christ.
This is the original. You guys are saying, yeah, this is the original.
You have a seat, and Sister Vaughn, why don't you play the recording for me? I think that's a special part
This is
of
the original one of the.
The original was.
Should I get it with the recording on though?
Yeah, do you want me to?
It's a pretty famous one. Yeah.
They've even got copies in the temple of San Diego.
Near the end of his mortal life, just before the Last Supper and his final hours in Gethsemane and on the cross, Jesus was asked by his apostles when he would come again. "Tell us," they said, "what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" Jesus told them that all the people of the earth would see him coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. He also told them that he would send his angels with a great sound of trumpet. Later, after his resurrection, and after he had been with and taught his apostles for 40 days, Jesus stood teaching them again about his second coming. While they listened and watched, Jesus was taken up out of their presence, and the scriptures say that a cloud received him out of their sight. They were astonished, and as they looked up into heaven, 2 angels appeared and told them, "This same Jesus, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven." Even though no one knows the hour of his coming, we know that the Lord will return as he said he would. That glorious coming is depicted in this painting. Our faith and our work as Latter-day Saints is to prepare for the day of his coming.
Now, this is the original.
You're a little closer, Bill. Yeah.
ladder. Is it locked? Yeah. Okay.
Carol is the Peace Society president.
Yeah, I knew she was now.
So she is just doing a beautiful job. Have you lost her husband?
Yeah, she sure has.
Okay, yeah,
This one and this one. Yeah. Maybe put Joseph Smith up. No, but he restored it. That's in this day and age.
Are you related to Tanya Grover?
Tanya, she's our cousin, the kid's cousin.
She was, I went to BYU Washington Seminar, and she was there for about, for
Talking to people all the time that when they hear Groberg, they go, oh, do you know Anna Groberg? Or, you know.
it's not a very common
Kristen
name.
Groberg? Yeah, I guess that's what I remember.
Did you ever see her set?
Show it all if you zoom up on it. We're here for the open house. Our hotel window look out just directly up.
Where's Jenny?
Right here. They're all there. There's the right number there.
Yeah, we went 2 sections. No,
Is she sleeping now, Nancy? Is she asleep?
John and Beverly,
Well, not if it wakes her, but...
Emily, Matt, see, Emily stayed home and watched little Sarah yesterday, and she went this morning.
Uncle Dick, do you want to take a look? Dick? Richard?
Yeah, he was more up further north than here, but he just came down because
And row 1 A and B located in C Parker directed to your left. And row 1 B and F located in C Parker directed to your right. Please contact the flight attendant immediately if you're assigned to an exit row C and do not meet the selection criteria. Luggage has been properly stowed in one of the overhead compartments or that it is security underneath the seat in front of you, not intrude into the aisle.
Like that? There we go. Vicky will go down in history from the back of her head.